So when you're breeding fish, it's really important that the babies are fed very regularly. Now this is fry starter, which is about the highest quality fry food you can get for any sort of fish. It's also about the cleanest on the market. And you can also use products like Grow, which help to stimulate the growth of the babies. But if you've just got normal spectrum, you can also just put the normal spectrum in your fingers and grind it, and it comes out like a paste, and you can feed that. So you really want to feed them about 4 times a day. So that means feed them when you wake up in the morning, feed them when you go to work, feed them when you come home from work, feed them when you go to bed, because they want regular small amounts of food. And it's also really important what filter you have on the tank with fry, because you can't run any sort of canister filter or anything like that that's going to suck the babies into it. It's really better if it's air operated, so therefore there's not too much pressure to suck them in. And something like this air filter is perfect. So you just attach the air stone so the bubbles come up through there. That draws the water through the sponge, and that also means that the babies are able to feed off the sponge, because the food is going to end up getting attracted to the sponge and will end up being a medium for the babies to feed off. And the other thing that you've got to find out is if you've got the babies in a tank with other fish, you're going to have to remove the babies and either put them in a trap. So there are various traps that are available that you can put the babies into, or preferably put the babies into their own tank. Because even if you do put the babies in the trap, that's a very temporary arrangement, because in no time at all the babies are going to outgrow the trap. And so you want to put the babies in a new tank which is large enough to actually grow the fry up. So you've really got to be thinking about, what am I going to do with these fry once they actually get large enough to consider selling them or getting rid of them. Contingency plan is everything. So a spare tank, and if you do set up a new tank, what you want to do is preferably have the sponge filter running in the main tank so it's got good bacteria on it, and then you drain water out of the main tank to fill up the spare tank. Then you put, so therefore you can transfer the babies in the same water. And the best way to transport the babies is actually siphon them. If you see the babies breeding, for example, you can get a siphon and siphon the babies out. That's pretty quick and effective. And then they can already be in their own water, and you can introduce a sponge filter which is already cultured with bacteria from the main tank.